and let's kick off with question number one here, which comes in from Martin. Martin asks, have you ever got your hands dirty on a job site, or are you just a pen pusher? Well, thank you for that question, Martin. Cheeky so-and-so. This is interesting, actually, because I do get a lot of peculiar looks when I'm walking around, especially when you wear a three-piece suit, and people think that you are, an office desk worker and you're a pen pusher, and all the rest of it. And I used to have this quite a bit in when I was a surveyor, because as a surveyor and project manager, I used to go out to commercial sites where we were throwing up, multi-million-pound commercial developments for our clients. And, a lot of the tradies would look at you suspiciously, shall we say, because they just thought that you knew all the textbook knowledge of how to do things and hadn't actually got any real-world experience. And this is something that I used to, how can I put it? I used to enjoy that process quite a bit, because actually I did have a lot of experience at the time, and as time has gone on, I've developed a lot more experience in terms of being hands-on. So I've done up a number of properties throughout my career so far. I've loved it as well, even though sometimes it can be really hard and really frustrating. I could say quite confidently that I'm reasonably competent in a lot of areas. So everything from foundations, drainage, bricklaying. It's not the best, but I can bricklay to a certain extent, and laying blocks. What else can I do? Tiling. Plumbing, I'm pretty good at that. Done a little bit of wiring. Obviously, you have to be certified to do that sort of thing, but in terms of running cables in, I've certainly had exposure of that with my father, who was an electrician previously. I've done all sorts of roofing work, lead work. Plastering is my speciality, if I'm honest. I love doing a bit of plastering. I love the fact that you can hide an enormous amount of sin, shall we say, underneath a freshly plastered wall. But it's one of those things that I love doing in the surveying trade, because when you go and talk to people and you say, hang on a minute, that doesn't look quite right. Sometimes we'd have a tradie that would say, well, hang on a minute, we've always done it this way, we've always done it this way, as though that's enough of a reason to get me to, put my attentions elsewhere. And my response will always be, you might have always done it that way, but actually this is the way that we're going to do it. And it was always surprising if you could pick up the tools and show them exactly how to do it. They were a little bit put out. And in fact, I've actually had, I mentioned plastering as my speciality, but I've actually had plasterers walk off a job because I asked them to do plastering in a way that I wanted them to do it, rather than the way they wanted to do it. And one of the things that I see all the time, and it drives me absolutely out of my mind, and this is not a slant against all plasterers, but it's the way I was taught. And it was in relation to where plasterboards, pieces of plasterboard are joined together, you usually get a join line. And what drives me mad is when I see, particularly on ceilings, the fresh plasterboard ceiling goes up, the ceiling is then skimmed, and even though they might put a scrim cloth over the joint, what I prefer to do is to put board bonding between the joint and and over the scrim cloth, and that binds everything together really, really well. So you never get this hairline cracking, because, as I say, it drives me mad when I walk into a new property and you see a hairline crack, and you think, why? I've just paid, however many hundreds of pounds, if not more, for these plasterers to come in and do this work. Why would you accept that as an outcome, really? So, it's been an interesting journey so far. I was recalling, actually, as part of sort of writing this book and amongst other things, I was recalling that my journey in terms of building my property portfolio and getting really hands-on there. I've slept on packing cases. The ovens have come in, in the night, because I was working. I remember working on one project before I left my full-time job, and that was the second property that I actually bought for my portfolio. And I took the oven out of the packing case. This is like 1:30 in the morning. And I was just like, you know what, I'm really tired. I could do with some sleep. So I put these packing cases on the floor, slept on the floor for a couple of hours, and was literally awake at 4:30 in the morning again. I had a big fluorescent site jacket that I put on and wrapped myself up in it, went to sleep for a couple of hours, woke up and carried on just to get this kitchen finished on this property, because we wanted to get it rented out. And that's just how I've always been. I've been fairly hands-on and love getting my hands dirty doing these sorts of things. So, Martin, don't be fooled by the suit and the and tie and all the rest of it. Very hands-on. Also done quite a lot of work on planning applications, the paper side of things as well for developments, and also building regulations in my previous day job as a surveyor. So that's not really my favourite, if I'm honest. I do enjoy being on site and listening to the banter of the tradies when they're going at each other, which I think is fantastic. But yeah, it's one of those things. As I say, it's been part of my experience. I've loved it. I'm fairly. I'm actually very proud of the way I was brought up, and I was involved in doing projects up actually with my family from a very, very young age. And I'm talking from like 6 or 7. Obviously, there's a limit to how much you can do at that age and how many skills you've got. But certainly I would get, involved with sort of the manual labor, fetching and carrying and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey so far, and it's not over. So if the right project comes along for us in the future, we'll take that on, and I'll probably do a fair bit of it myself, just because I get a kick out of it, to stand back and that satisfaction to know that we've done a great job. The house looks great, and you can feel pride looking back and going, yeah, I worked hard, and that was the result. So hope that answers the question, Martin. Thanks for your cheekiness there, which is greatly appreciated. And if there's obviously anything else that we can do to support you, let me know. But I think you're all sorted there. That wraps up all of the questions that I've had submitted in today. So I hope this has been informative for you guys. As always, I really appreciate all of the questions that you guys are sending in as part of our WiggyWam community. Please, if you have friends or family members that are currently moving house or thinking about moving house, please enroll them onto these webinars. As I say, it's not for me to blow my own trumpet or get in front of a wider audience, other than to help and support them, because a lot of these questions that come out the woodwork can be the difference between a very successful move and a not so successful move. So I'd love to help as many people as we can with these webinars. We take the time to do them every week for precisely this reason, of answering questions like we've just had. And I love sharing a little bit of helpful advice and knowledge. And again, if we can get people the answers that they're looking for, because what I've found, guys, from spending 20 plus years in the industry, is when people have got a problem like this, sometimes just one sentence can change the course of their lives. And I know that sounds drastic, but I've had it before where one guy in particular was dealing with a particular problem, and for love nor money, he just couldn't resolve that issue. But one little conversation, one little piece of information fundamentally changed the course of his life, because he was able to sort out the problem and put that weight of indecision and that weight of carrying that burden of that problem around, put it all down and move on. So that's the reason why we take the time to do this, guys. There are tens of thousands of people who are frustrated with their moving journey. And as much as I want to try and answer as many questions as I can through things like the books that I'm putting out there, and these webinars, there are, as I say, thousands of other people that need help and support. So please do share these podcasts with and these webinars with as many people as you can. Please invite them to our weekly webinar. Please invite them to the WiggyWam website, which is wiggywam.co.uk, and invite them to send their questions in to us at happytohelp@wiggywam.co.uk, or ask them to send them in via Twitter. And our Twitter handle is @WiggyWam_UK. That's @WiggyWam_UK. All right, guys. So thank you once again for joining me here today. I'm looking forward to next week's webinar already. And that will be my final one before I jet off to India. But I will be doing this from abroad. I don't quite know how the time difference is going to work out. It's probably going to be very late at night with that sort of thing. But I'm very much looking forward to getting a bit of sunshine in and visiting the family over there. So as I say, anything I can do to help and support you guys, let me know. Otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you next week. All right. Thanks ever so much for joining me, and see you again very soon. Take care.